Did you know the average amount spent on a wedding day in Canada is between $22,000 to $30,000? We asked Rija to share her story on how to have big dreams for your wedding day without breaking the bank. What did you and your spouse want for your wedding day?
When our date was set, we both had a conversation about, what we wanted our wedding day to look like. Now, it's important to mention that I am married to a Murabi. And so one of the things we discussed was that because he is a missionary and a direct representative of Khalifat al-Masih, Ayyad Ta'ala bin Aziz, it's really important that we become exemplars, especially when it came to our marriage. So we wanted to do something that emulated the beautiful teachings of Islam, Ahmadiyyat, and followed the guidelines of the Khulafa.
How did you find ways to save money?
When I decided to hold my Ronak slash Mendi function, I decided to do just one instead of a few. I decided to do it at home with my close family and friends. And alhamdulillah, that turned out really well. We were able to clear a space in the basement. We were able to decorate it. I did my own makeup. I actually found an outfit that my mom had, so I didn't purchase anything new. I really liked that outfit. So I was able to pair it with some of my jewelry and come up with a look that I really enjoyed. I didn't hire anyone for a backdrop. For that, I had actually seen flower walls at someone's wedding, and I really liked that concept. So I decided to get a little creative and do a DIY project where I made my own wall, and I was able to use that on my wedding day. In fact, that wall came in quite handy, and I had several friends borrow it and use it for their own receptions, which makes me really happy because it's been something that I've been able to use more than just once. Alhamdulillah. For the invites, I decided to do evites and print fewer invitation cards because everyone's tech savvy and, it's just easier to have that information in your phone.
Where did you choose to splurge?
When it came to choosing the venue, we were able to find something just outside the city that we liked, that was big enough to fit about 300 people. So it was a big function because, mashallah, both my family and his family have a lot of relatives and cousins. So we wanted something that was big enough to host everyone and that had separate halls for men and women. I did hire photographers because I wanted to have special memories of that day. And I didn't want to burden any of my family or friends to do that for me. So I was able to find a couple. The female was able to photograph the women's side, and her husband was able to photograph the men's side. And I hired them for a couple of hours rather than the entire day, and that was helpful for my budget.
What made planning easier?
What made planning for a simpler wedding so much easier was the mindset that I went into it with. So I knew that, of course, it's a special day, but it really is just one day out of the rest of my married life. And I wanted to focus on just preparing for what would come after marriage. So I was really just focusing on prayers and trying to better myself and improve on my weaknesses so that when I moved in with my spouse, the adjustment would be easier. So it was a time of a lot of introspection, a lot of prayers, and communication with my husband about our standards and what we expected of each other, what our main goals were. So in terms of that, preparing for, what was to come after really helped us take that focus off the one big day.
How can we stay on budget?
I think that there are so many blessings that I experienced in going forward with achieving a simple wedding. It made everything less complex, less stressful, and I had a realistic vision of what the venue would look like, what the day would look like, how my dress should be. It was something that helped us budget very clearly. not go over budget, something that was within our means, something that wasn't burdensome for my family or I, something that didn't require me to go into debt. So it was something that we were able to achieve without compromising aesthetics or quality, achieving a special day.